Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Indiana Pacers going up against the Dallas Mavericks. For Dallas, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. And tonight, 2 teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the break.
Well, I'm not a guard, but I have led the break before. And what you need to do, you got to keep your eyes ahead, have to see the whole floor. You got to be willing to make that extra pass, Ernie.
Wow. You talk like a guard. You were like a point guard up there.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations, man. But don't force things. That's the other part. You know, just make the easy play. And if it's not there, slow it down. Set up your half-court offense. And then get it into the big guy if you have one.
But don't you want to get the crowd on its feet? Don't you want to make that play that gets the whole arena up?
Yes. You know what they used to call me, Ernie?
What's that?
Shaq Johnson.
Wow. Because he was like Magic, but he was Shaq.
I get it, Kenny.
Oh,
I get it.
Sometimes you don't.
Not that dense. Shaq Johnson.
Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Take a look at the Mavericks. They've been playing very well lately. It's been 4 wins for them in their last 5 games.
The team only had itself on its bandwagon early, but here they are taking care of business because they had the confidence to know they could get it done.
Dallas will get the first possession. Both of tonight's teams, Doris, dominant, outstanding rebounding. This could be one of the more physical matchups of the year.
And think about rebounding, particularly on the offensive glass, has been a little bit devalued in the NBA. These are 2 teams that actually put stock and faith in the ability to get more possessions and therefore greater opportunities to win games. I'm fascinated by this matchup. It's something we don't see too often in today's NBA. Which team exerts its influence to a greater degree on the window? Can't win.
Now, look at Dallas' starting lineup. Inside pairing is Dirk and Jordan. McDonald's out there with Smith. And it's Doncic in at the 3. Now, here's Collison. 5 on the clock. Sabonis against Jordan. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Nowitzki, he'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Let's send it over to Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Nate McMillan. David.
Thanks, Kevin. He told me that when you're playing against a team as good as they are inside, you have to stop the easy looks. If they can keep them out of the paint, they'll be in good shape to win. We'll see, Kevin. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Collison. outside Bogdanovich. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And it's blocked by Jordan. Right wing. Here's Ray. Misses off the right iron.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Right, perfect contest in that instance, Greg, making it really hard on the shooter to have any kind of space at all.
Now here's Collison. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Pocket 6. A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
Well, that's Bogdanovich making great use of the pick and roll. Fantastic at exploiting whatever the defense delivers to him.
Here's prime time, guarded by Oladipo with the fadeaway. The shot's good from Ray.
Boy, nice shot. He didn't need the fadeaway to create separation, though. He was wide open.
Now here's Oladipo. Defense right on him.
And the one thing we know about DeAndre, he's a presence at both ends of the floor. He protects the rim on D just as much as he punishes it at the offensive end.
Here's prime time, guarded by Oladipo. The shot's good from Ray.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget it.
Got a piece of it. And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Back to Oladipo, and it's sent back by Ray, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Collison. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Sabonis. He's averaging 11 points a game, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he does the heavy lifting on the glass, throwing himself into the rebounding battle with just complete effort.
Well, you get the feeling he believes every rebound should be his, and most of them are. This guy is putting up tremendous numbers.
Just 2 to shoot. Collison.
Well, terrific defense from Dirk. Takes the perfect angle to contest perfectly.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Nowitzki's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Oladipo finds Turner. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. On its way from Oladipo for 2. Another miss by Oladipo.
Boy, a wide open look from mid-range that goes by the wayside. You can tell he's upset.
Collison against Smith. Over Collison. Smith, no luck. Pacers trail by 3.
I don't think many knew what to expect from Domantas Sabonis after his trade to Indiana, but what they got is a very smart basketball player who's got size, feel, and skill.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Yep, that one goes.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter. They're getting theirs before the defense can set up.
Boy, just a step quicker than the defense, really. Catching them off guard and capitalizing well.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
You know, a poor shooting night. I just got the sense they didn't work hard enough to get good looks.
Right, there has to be some sort of consistent effort to generate quality shots. It seemed to me they thought they were going to come easily.
Looking around. Has to turn outside Bogdanovich. Here's Doncic. They just worked San Antonio in that last game. And Nowitzki has it in the corner. 6 to shoot. It's tipped.
Improving on the defensive end as well. Domantas Sabonis getting tenacious there with the block shot.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Now here's Turner. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And the shot goes in.
Their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
The pass to Ray. Over Oladipo. Sabonis grabs the ball. Sabonis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Outside, Bogdanovich. To the middle. Here's Oladipo. Oh, it's blocked.
With one scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
This is a Durant. Gotta go that time. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Oladipo outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Wow, what an incredible homecoming for Victor Oladipo in Indiana. This guy put up career-year numbers and went from being a piece of a team to somebody you can actually build around.
Coming up on the changes now for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Young comes in for Sabonis. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Evans in for Darren Collison.
And that's a big reason why Jordan's field goal percentage is always so high, because most of his finishes come right at the rim.
Now, here's O'Quinn. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Young against Barnes. And a piece of it. And he's able to get it back. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. A different look for Dallas. Measuring. He's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's Matthews in for Doncic. Mavericks leading by 7. And Oladipo, the former second overall pick, felt right at home in Indiana.
And sometimes you wonder, Kevin, how much of the early struggles were him or the situation or the fit. Across the board, though, Victor Oladipo showed how impactful he can be in the NBA.
Nobody near Barnes. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Evans against Correa. And it's Evans missing. So for Dallas, their last game, a win against the San Antonio Spurs. Here's Ray in the hoop for his 4th field goal. 4 for 7 shooting and looking for more.
Well, he's kept them in balance tonight. This guy's shooting has put them in front.
Oladipo, the pass to Evans. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist.
Well, Oladipo is as good a combination guard as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Now here's Matthews. He's covered closely, and he gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 9. And it's the Pacers with the ball. And this matchup with Dallas, it's their first meeting of the season.
You know, some teams just have your number, and that was the case between these two last season.
And it's blocked by Ray, and he's able to get it back. And so it's Correa with it. He'll bring it up to the Dallas Mavericks. The last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, and fortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you have to question their effort. They did a great job of penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Now here's Barnes. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pacers trail by 11. Timeout called the Pacers. This Pacers team can be suffocating at times on the defensive end.
Well, it starts at the point of attack because this is a group that loves to pester the ball handler. How about last year, those Pacers were second in the the league in turnover percentage on defense.
And the Mavericks. Sabonis against Nowitzki. Has to Ray. Over Evans. It's good. Nice touch there from Ray. Time's got 12. The Pacers have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Sabonis and Turner inside. Collison is out there with Evans. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Collison. 6 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. First foul. Turner looking around. Back to Collison. Shot clock at 5. Over Nowitzki.
Boy, he hasn't given them much of anything tonight. He's got to look for his own shot a little less and keep the ball moving.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Now here's Evans after Luka Doncic's miss. And Tyreke Evans, a player who still found a way to improve his game.
You know, he added the three-point shot that is much more consistent than what he had earlier in his career. Has always been a playmaker and strong at getting to the rim. But now that you have to respect his outside shot, I think he took a step back to being the player we thought he'd be after that amazing rookie season.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, prime time in the last game against the Spurs got the job done. He finished with 38 points and seemed to be playing in slow motion with a huge number of assists. The stat line was filled, and the whole league is talking about it. We'll see what he does for an encore tonight, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, guys. Could you believe that performance? Wow.
I mean, it was really something to see. He showed everybody just how special he is when he is on his game.
Well, that was an elite performance, and it didn't seem to matter what approach they used to try to slow this guy down. He had an answer for everything.
And he recovers it. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, you simply have got to love the physicality of Miles Turner. Boxes out perfectly to snatch rebounds.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 6, and the dunk by Jordan.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Boy, now you have to think about Jordan. 3 fouls already in this half. 4th would be inexcusable.
Pacers have yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. Looking at the mid-season numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal. Evans outside. Left side, Turner. And too long on the shot.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Collison against Smith. Collison finds Evans. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Evans has got 8 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Bounce pass, Smith. pass to Doncic. Nowitzki looking it over. Here's prime time, covered by Evans. Nowitzki, no good.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Collison. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Collison's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, we all know that Darren Collison can shoot the basketball, but he's so adept at getting inside and taking advantage.
Smith against Collison. Smith, left side. Over in the corner, Doncic. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup. Doncic has got 10 points. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Trailing by 17. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. And they've been enjoying this long homestand. That will be game 4 of 5 in a row at home. That one goes in. 12 points for him.
He has certainly done his part this period. Just needs to get a little more help from his teammates.
Here's Ray. No good that time. Evans with some nice deep. Collison against Smith. And the wide open shot from Evans. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
He's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
A baseline J. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. And it's Evans in the corner. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Jordan's got 8 rebounds in this game. And stolen by Bogdanovich. It's Evans on the wing, guarded by Ray. Evans can't get that one to fall.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Doncic kicks to Nowitzki. There's the pass to Ray. Evans on the double team. Here's Doncic. Evans with some nice deep.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
This is it to Sabonis. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Inside, and the dunk by Jordan.
Boy, nice feed. Leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
Pacers trail by 14. Evans kicks to Bogdanovich. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. And some changes here for the Pacers. TJ Leaf comes in for Turner. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Darren Collison. And Dallas also making a switch. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Leaf. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Mavericks leading by 14. Stolen by Evans. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Evans leading the charge. Doubled by Ray. Oladipo drops in the layup for 2.
How creative is Oladipo in the paint. Understands how to use his frame to score on the interior.
To the wing right side. Kleber, the pass to Ray. Over Oladipo. The shot's good from Ray. Primetime's got 6 here in this quarter.
No hesitation. When he saw the space that D was giving him, that's 2.
Outside, Bogdanovich. 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Just 5 on the clock. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
And guys, Bogdanovich, the former second-round pick, has really found his place in the NBA. This guy is an effective shooter from just about anywhere.
The first one falls.
And working Kevin himself.
So it's the Dallas Mavericks sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, look, so far you have been intimidating at the defensive end. Quite a few blocks there. How important was it for you to set that defensive tone early? Yeah, that was definitely a goal coming in. My reactions have been great. I've been reading the shots pretty well, and if they want to keep coming at me, I say bring it. Wow, okay then. I guess you're pretty confident. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy has been getting it done as prime time.
And they haven't needed a lot of shots to get their points. Just tremendous efficiency here in the first half.
I think you can look to specifically the patience and the shot creation. Really solid effort.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, Doncic at the 3 and Dirk at the 4. Prime time is out there with Dennis Smith, and it's Jordan in at the 5.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
You think of all the great moments in Dirk's career, what he's done on and off the floor. What a treasure of a player.
Well, Kevin, there's no doubt this is the greatest European player ever, and he flat opened the door and helped make the NBA a truly global game. Think about some of the young stars, Porzingis, Markkanen, who grew up modeling their games after Dirk.
And guys, that's one of the more basic plays in anybody's playbook, but not to mention also truly one of the best.
And Greg, the pick frees him up, and the dunk caps it off.
Yeah, run your offense with that kind of precision. Not much anyone can do to stop it.
And the Pacers with possession here, following the score by Dallas. Sabonis uses the glass to finish the way. Sabonis has got his second basket of the night.
This guy's a skilled interior scorer. There's height, there's great shot selection. Sabonis doing work right now.
The shot's good from Ray.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And Oladipo kicks to Sabonis. Pass to Turner. He dishes it to Oladipo. The baseline J. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Here's Ray. Over Oladipo. No good from Ray.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Jordan. Now, here's Doncic. He is covered by Bogdanovic. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Doors are seeing a lot of movement on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of screening, a lot of movement, obviously, without the ball. Does that require more awareness, not only on the offensive side to make those moves, but also defensively?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. One of the most important things you can do if you're an excellent defensive team is you start with communication. So as that action starts, the movement and the screening, are the teammates talking? Screen coming right, screen coming left. Do we want to trap the screen? Do we want to make sure the ball gets out of a certain player's hands? Communication in this day and age against motion offenses has got to be at the top of the list defensively.
Well said. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic when Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard, it's been a hand-and-glove fit. 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. Timeout called the Pacers. You know what, Greg? There may not be a more likable superstar in the NBA than Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, everyone loves Nowitzki.
And a large part of that is just Dirk plays the game with a smile on his face, it seems, at all times. His play style is one that is hard to root against, having so much skill in the body of a 7-footer. And it's one thing to be respected by everybody. It's another to be loved by everyone in that regard. And Dirk's, he's one of a kind.
A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. Look at Toronto. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number 1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And checking out Indiana, just way behind.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Oh, that's for sure. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to build. Any little slip-up between here and the end of the season, and they could find themselves sitting at home for the playoffs.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
Here's Oladipo following the score by Dallas. Floats one, and the layup is good. Oladipo's got 5 points in the quarter.
Oladipo has a lot of shots at his disposal, including that pretty floater.
The pass to Ray. Harrison Smith with the assist that time. 26 points for prime time.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Allison finds Bogdanovich. At the top of the key, Sabonis. 5 to shoot. Teardrop shot. And Oladipo with the lane. Good. Oladipo's got 11 points.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime? Much more effective here in the second half.
Smith outside. To the inside. Turner with the steal. Here's Collison. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. He's got 6.
Well, you've got to play up on Collison, right? Because on the catch, he's ready to shoot it.
Here's Ray. Pacers with the rebound. Sabonis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Baseline Shea on the way, and it's sent back by Ray, and that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Some changes for Indiana. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Turner. Young comes in for Domantas Sabonis. And McDermott subbed in for Bogdanovich. Barnes is checked in for the Mavericks. Correa comes in for Smith. Dallas on defense. 22 is their biggest lead. Barnes against Oladipo. And Young with the basket on the assist by Oladipo. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
Look, you never know where Thaddeus is going to go, right? He's got such superb instincts in these pick-and-roll sets.
That kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
And it's the Pacers with the ball, following the score by Dallas. Snatched away. And they're moving it up. Here's Ray. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Boy, what a quarter for this guy. Just give him the basketball and get out of the way.
Dallas shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Evans, he's checked in for Darren Collison. Measuring, he's checked in for Dallas. That's good from Ray. And just an impossible shot to guard at times. Doris, when you think of that step-back jump shot in the league, it's lethal. And there are a couple guys who have perfected it.
Well, 2 in particular. James Harden, that step-back that he added is now unguardable. And Steph Curry as well. Those 2 men, when they decide to get to that step-back jumper, turn the lights out, close the gym doors, and step back because it's going in. Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
McDermott can't get it to go.
Boy, that's high-impact defense in the lane, standing tall to deny the easy bucket.
Pass to Measuring. Kicks it to Doncic. Pacers with the rebound.
Kicking himself on that one. That is the shot he wanted.
Well, that's usually money in the bank for that guy. Not sure how he missed that one.
Now here's McDermott, currently averaging almost 6 points a game.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
And the basket good by Measuring.
Well, in that individual matchup, the rim is totally unprotected. He's just got too much size on him.
Evans outside. Young outside. 5 on the clock. Now here's McDermott. He's over Doncic, and the call will be against Thaddeus Young. That's his first foul. White Powell's checked in for Dallas. Matthews comes in for prime time. White Powell. Sabonis and Turner inside. Tyreek Evans out there with Oladipo. And it's McDermott in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Unloads from 13. No good from Ray.
Tremendous defense. Boy, they're putting an emphasis on not giving him a clean look inside.
Passes it to Sabonis. And Turner kicks to Evans. When you view international basketball, 13 and 14-year-olds playing in academies, some players turning pro overseas at 16, would something like that work in this country?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not necessarily for something like this. What I do believe is the NBA could become more involved across the board, and we should have more uniformity in basketball in general. And I think one of the ways to do that is to make sure we set up some sort of basketball committee across the different levels of basketball, starting with you.
Checking in Ray.
Make a play.
Oladipo outside. Now the feed to Young. Shoots over Perea, and it's Young. That time on the assist by Oladipo. Oladipo's got 5 assists tonight. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for Indiana. On Sunday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors.
And for the matchup with the Grizzlies, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
For Indiana, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Come on, shoot! Evans against Perea. Evans passes to a Quinn. A wide open look here for Oladipo. It's the 3-point bomb. Oladipo's got 10 points. He's just the second half. Perea finds Jordan. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
I'll tell you, that's a pretty pass. Perea is a spark plug, and he seems to make his teammates better whenever he's on the floor.
And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for Indiana. So often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you
to Bogdanovich. Back to Oladipo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Oladipo's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Here's prime time, guarded by Oladipo. 2 points, that one goes. 17 points for Jordan.
And the shooting percentage Jordan records from here is insane. If you get him the ball in a good spot, he usually finishes.
Collison kicks to Turner. Dishes to Oladipo. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Turner. Leaf comes in for Sabonis. And it's Doug McDermott in for Bogdanovich. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. Jordan kicks to Barea. To the paint, here's Ray, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Great teamwork. That's something you develop by practicing it over and over again.
Here's Collison and the 12-footer.
I'll tell you, he's really capable of doing some damage from that spot. Darren Collison, you've got to guard him or you will pay a price.
To the middle, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
And how about the vertical of Jordan, easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Collison, and another make to his scoring count. His fifth basket of the game. Now shooting 5 of 11.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Pass to Ray. Barea looking over the floor. Here's the pass to Kleber. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got 3 assists in the game. Indiana's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Collison kicks to Leaf. The kick out to Oladipo. And Indiana, another 3.
It is such a treat to have a point guard like Collison. He is so effective orchestrating this offense.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, the league is always looking for ways to adjust the rules, make them better. There's a committee that studies this every single year. And, with that in mind, Doris, any rules you think they should alter for tweaking?
Yeah, there's absolutely one, Kevin. And I think this goes to the point where perhaps we can have some more uniformity in the FIBA-ruled games that are played and the NBA. And there's one thing that's occurred in international play where players are becoming more athletic, and the opportunity for electric stuff to happen in transition is critical. To me, we have got to stop the intentional fouls, which are prohibiting fast breaks and all the potential for the explosive, exciting athleticism to be on display. So that, to me, is something we've got to address.
I'm with you. Indiana's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. O'Quinn, high post. Bogdanovich against Matthews. Just 5 to shoot. Now, here's Bogdanovich. He's guarded closely. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Mavericks.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for prime time.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was
with broad shoulders, Kyle O'Quinn. Tough to contain this guy inside.
There is something interesting about Kyle O'Quinn. He's widely considered one of the funniest players in the NBA.
And that sense of humor, I think, can unite a locker room. It's led to some crazy interactions with celebrities and spawned some great pranks. But you love to have positive energy. It makes for a very good teammate.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them.
What we have watched these first few seasons of his career is a steady improvement at the line for O'Quinn. He is showing he can knock them down consistently.
Here's Ray. That three off the mark. On offense, here are the Pacers. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Holiday, the pass to Bogdanovich. Doubled by Ray. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
And it's the Pacers with the ball. Holiday looking over the floor. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Here's the guy I'm looking for. AI.
Yo, what's up, man?
I got you lined up for an interview, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Shaq here. Watching tonight, I thought your ability to create for others was the key ingredient. Was that the idea coming in?
Well, I know our team is best when the ball's flying around. You know, everybody's getting touches. When you run too much isolation, players start standing around. To get to where we need to be, we have to move the ball each trip down the floor, and I just tried to get that going for the team.
Well, you did a great job tonight. Congratulations, son.
Thank you, Shaq. Here you go.